Up next, we are recapping Project Runway, Season 15, Episode 14, Finale Part 1. The designers go to New York Fashion Week. You're not going to want to miss it.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
All right. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, everybody.
We are recapping Project Runway, the finale part 1.
Yes, we
Season
are.
15, episode 14.
Yes,
So,
we are down to the wire.
yeah, so we have the final 4.
Yes, we do.
So
Very
we
exciting.
have Rick, Aaron, Roberi, and Laurance.
Yes, what a tight competition.
I know. And normally they have like 3 designers go to Fashion Week.
Right.
And sometimes they cut it down, like in the first part of the finale.
Right. You get that surprising shocker cut, you know?
Right. But we are going to have 4 designers go to Fashion Week. I mean, I'm kind of excited because I feel like they all have a really different aesthetic.
They do.
And different things to say. So I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think the most similarities are going to come between Rick and our quirky friend with the glasses.
Aaron.
I love those two. To me, they're the most fashion forward at this point. But it's exciting to me. It's anybody's game because everyone is so talented.
I know, and they can really turn it around last minute.
Because they've been so restricted to challenges.
Right.
That we haven't really got to see everyone's individual, really, like them really dig into their own style. So this is exciting. Like, I'm happy to see something that's not just a challenge and everybody thinking along the same lines, you know?
Right. I always think it's kind of nice to see the finale because they really have an opportunity to express themselves in 10 looks we have, and they have $9,000 and 6 weeks.
It's
so,
nothing like a little budget, baby.
Right.
Money will do the trick.
And I mean, that's like a lot more time than they're used to producing a look in 1, maybe 2 days.
Yeah.
So it's really kind of their opportunity to just take their personality and showcase
Relax
it
and kind of go in like artists do and not really be distracted by everyone in the showroom and just, you know.
Right, you can work in your own space too, which makes it a lot more comfortable.
Yeah, definitely. I was really excited to get to know the designers a little more.
Right.
Because sometimes people win on sheer talent alone, but we know that drive is a big factor in success. So we got to see where these people were coming from, their backstories, you know, and I'm not gonna lie, I kind of fell in love. I know I've been tough on Laurance, but I kind of fell in love with her this week.
Yeah, we definitely see a softer side of her.
Yes, definitely. Even just an emotion behind her seriousness. Like, she's very introverted and she's very calm. So we got to see a little bit more emotion from her, and I liked it.
Right on.
Yeah.
So let me introduce you before we continue on with the show.
We are so amped up today. I'm excited.
We're too excited about this episode. I'm your host, Michelle Uberest, and with me I have Carmen Cameron.
Hey, everybody.
And you know, you kind of joined us in the middle of the season. Do you want to tell the viewers a little bit about yourself? So far we've had a whole bunch of guests and stuff, but we really haven't talked about you.
Sure. Well, my name is Carmen Cameron. I've been a creative for years. I've never earned money outside of creating something, either, you know,
That's awesome.
Singing or writing or designing. So I started off as a songwriter, and I've worked throughout the industry, entertainment industry, doing different things. And now I kind of went into product management and started styling for some people, and, you know, started designing for some people. So I'm just an all-around creative girl, just out here hustling and making it happen, you know?
Right
so
on.
That's Carmen. You can find me at Carmen Cameron on Instagram, and you can also look me up on Facebook at Carmen Cameron as well.
Okay, and you guys can find me at Uberest on Instagram and Twitter. If you tweet us, we will answer your questions on the show.
Absolutely.
So please shout us out. So basically this episode is kind of like pre-fashion show, and we get to visit the designers while they're in the middle of making their collections. Tim comes to visit the designers in their homes, in their workspaces, with about 2 weeks left to go. So like you said, we do see, you know, Laurance, and she's in LA right now, and she's kind of telling her story where she got pregnant at 16 and she felt like her father basically just rejected her.
yeah.
And she had a really hard time at a young age. And we kind of see where this, like, stoic
Yeah,
kind of
we
front
see
of
where this
Laurance
wall
comes
from. She's
Yeah.
used to masking her emotions because she had a serious hurt in her life. But when she said that she chose to turn that into a situation where she found beauty in everything that she put her eyes on, that was very, very touching, because what artist isn't trying to take their tragedy and turn it into something amazing?
I think those are the most successful people, too, when they actually have something to say. They're not just like, well, I want to make something, you know, beautiful or fun or whatever. When they have something that they're basing on, it comes from a deep place.
Yeah, and that's why I think I know why. Because I was questioning, I'm not going to lie, I was questioning, how did Laurance get this far? But it's that thing in her.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I liked her pieces. She went all light colors.
Yeah. Well,
I
she
was
kind of
pleasantly
starts.
surprised.
She kind of starts from dark to light to kind of signify her, you know, her journey through life,
Right.
and that there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. And I thought that was pretty smart. I still wish she would have used black, because I feel like that's kind of her signature.
Right.
But I love the white pieces. I just wish she would have maybe started incorporating some more of those leather. You know, I feel like she was trying to take, you know, so much advice from the past that she was trying to change too much.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have liked to see a nice corset, leather corset in there. I'm surprised we didn't see one at all. But maybe she felt like she had showcased so much of that already that she wanted an opportunity to do something that hadn't been asked of her.
Yeah.
Like, but she did take the criticism very well. You know, not choosing black. She was very obviously trying to lean towards the judges and
Right.
what they've been telling her before. So
I get it,
I
and
get
I think
it,
that she
yeah.
should take it, you know, a little bit, but I think she
Right.
maybe took it a little too far, because I felt like some of the pieces were too soft, and they were kind of straying away from, you know, what she's been showing us.
I wanted to see that structure that she does.
Right.
Like, I
That's
missed
what I
that
was missing,
structure.
too.
Yeah.
And in the previews for next week, I feel like there's a little bit of that added back in, so I'm excited to see it. Any other comments about Laurance and her visit?
And I understand her a lot better.
Yeah.
I'm just
I couldn't
happy. I'm just
believe-
happy I got to see behind the wall.
I know. I couldn't believe she was
Yeah.
crying on camera. 'Cause
Yeah,
you're
it was
just like,
emotional.
whoa.
I was like,
She's so blocked off,
yeah, I
you know.
had to get choked. I got a little choked up. I'm not gonna lie. It was touching, and,
Yeah.
it just made me realize. Not to say that she isn't talented, but there are so many factors in being successful. There's so many different ingredients in the pot. Like, you can't just judge a book by one cover, or you can't just look at the competition and say, well, you know, you can't judge yourself by what other people are doing. You have to always factor what's going on inside.
Yeah.
And that's going to take you really far. So
Well, and I think
that's what I learned from Laurance.
we haven't even seen this side of her until like the
Right.
very end of the season. So you're thinking, oh, this girl's just, you know, she's just a badass, and you know. But now we're finding out why and what kind of created that, and it's just, you know, you could meet her and talk to her and never know these things, and you know, judge her by that too. So I think it was pretty cool to see that. So next we have Rick. He's also in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And he's kind of doing like a 60s Sgt. Pepper Twiggy
It's
inspired.
like, yeah, like it's kind of modish, but like
Yeah, a little bit.
futuristic modish, I'd say. I loved it though.
Did you?
Yeah.
I was a little confused by a lot of it, because I feel like Rick does kind of do that like punk rocker edgy look. I feel like this was kind of out of his character.
Now I can't judge it fully yet because we got to see the finished product.
Right.
But it's like he took classic mod elements and mixed them with more edgy, future-forward patterns.
Some of them though.
Yeah, like
Were.
I like the black and white
Right.
scuba thing under the leather skirt. I think his leather work is amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, but I just want to see. I like it. I love the embroidery. I love a clash of textures. Like that's my thing.
I
Like,
love the textures too.
Yeah, I love it. So I'm interested to see what he does. I love the preview though.
Yeah.
It was good.
I love the mod kind of futuristic part of it, but I didn't really like the denim and the print.
I loved it. It was my favorite.
I felt like it was a little schizophrenic when, you know, if you look at it as a collection, there was too many
it
themes
kinda,
going on, you know?
Yeah, I want to see how he brings denim back in with the leather. Maybe
Right.
he'll find a way to incorporate denim with the leather, or maybe the leather with some embroidery that'll kind of tie it together. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
And then he was also doing kind of this optical illusion thing where he was playing with little things, like he made a dress and it looks like a bow, but it's really two arrows that meet. And he had a faces with the vase, on the shirt.
Cool.
I thought that was really smart and cool and new. I think he should definitely keep that part of it.
Yeah.
But it's like we said with Laurance, it's not really coming from like a personal place. I feel like he's just like, here's a theme, I'm gonna go with it because it's cool, but I don't really have any personal ties or feelings to this.
Well, that's hard. I mean, this is work. So we know he's gonna be emotional and passionate about it. But is there a story?
Right.
Is there a real story behind it other than he just likes to be on the edge?
Right.
You know? But I loved it. The frames alone. Like, I'm working on an
The frames were really cool.
Yeah, I'm working on an eyewear line now, and his frames were very inspiring. Because it looked like he used leather, like a stiff leather, and stitched it together. Like, it just was cool.
Onto 3D glasses or something.
Yeah, it was cool.
I like the glasses a lot.
Yeah,
I think those could tie together
Right.
the collection. It kind of adds that futuristic vibe to it.
Very.
But I also I don't know, I feel like Rick, what we've seen from him in the past is more like dark and edgy. I just feel kind of like this is out of place for him based on what we've seen from him on the show. Do you feel like this is like Rick's personality showing through?
Well, yeah, like he's always taken a little classic something and put his spin on it. Like even taking it back to the outfit that he made for his mom. It was like, okay, you did the Chanel tweed kind of suit, woman's suit, but when you open it up, you see his leather patch, you see his little embroidery. So I think I'm interested to see where he's going with it. I love his style, and I've always loved his style, and I've always believed that he's one of the edgier designers. So, and then it's hard for me to judge because as far as fashion is concerned, I'm one of those all over the place type of people. Like, I prefer to not match.
Right.
I prefer to not be neat. You know, so I don't know. I think he and Aaron are more so up my alley right now than the other two are.
So let's talk about Erin.
Yes, let's talk about Erin.
So she's in Boston, and she gets a visit from Tim.
Right. Of course, she has nothing done.
Nothing's done. And there's like 10 days until Fashion Week. So she's basically spent 6 weeks, 4.5 weeks making
flowers.
Trims.
Making flowers out of marbles and Skittles.
Which is scary.
Which is very scary. I think maybe she's one of those people that thrives off of the pressure.
Right, I get that, but at the same time, you're thinking, I have to make one garment every day, and it has to be polished and thought through and all of this stuff. So I feel like that, and you know what it's like to work on a garment in one day, so I don't feel like that's enough time to give yourself to make something amazing.
Apparently, this is a habit of hers, though.
Yeah.
Because everybody that knows her is like, maybe she'll be on time. Maybe she'll have something done. Like, you know, all her friends that she brought to the meetup were kind of like, that's Erin.
That's
we
her
kind of
process.
roll with her. Yeah, that's her process.
But she really likes the embellishment, and so maybe for her, that's the part that is inspiring the garments.
Well, I will say this. When I saw the sneak peek of her rack, I lost my mind.
Yeah.
Like, the patterns, the text, the textiles, I guess, and the banana lady looked like a lady.
Oh, yeah.
I was losing my mind. Like, I cannot wait to see she made these oversized sequins that she cut with a laser. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
She's on it.
Right. My favorite part was the fly fishing materials.
Right.
And I didn't see that, so I hope she keeps it and we can see it next week, because I'm really interested in that. I mean, Erin's kind of just all about fun, and I think that, like, out of the bunch, she's the most fashion forward, because this is stuff like that we don't see out there.
Right. Like Roberi. I'm so bad.
Roberi.
Roberi gave us a lot of avant-garde looks, but like when he took the paper mache thing from the ceiling and made the dress. It was awesome, but we have seen it before. But when Erin gives us this bubble coat that kind of like weaves into each other, and it has this awesome frame, and it's this cool fabric and this cool color, she gives you things that you haven't seen, like you said. And so she's just like she's exciting.
I think her process is just so different. She's not really into making normal garments like, hi, I'm a jacket and I fit.
Right.
Or I'm making pants and
Right.
they're traditional, you know, where I feel like everyone else is kind of off of a play off of everything else we've seen before, like a fitted jacket, you know, pants, pencil skirts, whatever. Her silhouettes are so different.
Yes.
But everything about them is so fun and bubbly.
Yes.
And it's not forced.
Yeah,
Like, it's
I
not
love it.
overdone.
I love it. Yeah.
And, you know,
Well,
she's
sometimes
got...
it's a little overdone. Like when she made the flower thing last week from the worms, and the top was like, looked like the model was going to tip over.
Right, but when we're looking at her finale collection, you have, you know, like a bubblegum pink dress, and it's got these huge oversized sequins on it, but it's not got over embellishment.
Right.
And I feel like it's just, she's not really into creating garments. She's just into creating like art that you can wear.
Yeah, it's like she's like an artist engineering pieces. Like she's laser and plexiglass and making sequins. Like that's ingenuity, and I love it.
And I think like women would like this because it's fun and it's kind of kitsch and young and it's not so serious. And she herself says, you know, I don't take myself so serious. That's not who I am. That's not what I design.
And it looks great on the runway.
Yeah.
And on a hanger. Like the movement of the dress she created with the pastel colors, the white dress, so pretty.
And it's
so
like,
pretty.
technically when you think about it, it's pretty basic, but it's exciting and it's something, even just in the silhouette, it's simple, but it's something that makes you excited when you see it, you know, and it makes you happy.
Definitely, I would have to agree with that for sure. Love her. Love
But I
her.
also feel like she didn't really have a personal inspiration. It was more about aesthetic. But I think she's also more in touch with kind of who she is as a designer.
Yeah.
And what, you know, like we talked about, the trims really inspire her and the feeling of being happy.
Right, yeah.
Do you have any other observations about Erin's collection?
No, I'm just excited to see it. Just can't wait to see it.
Me too.
All
I
the
think it's
colors
gonna be a
make
good
me
show.
excited. All the patterns and the prints, they make me excited. So.
And her stuff is so crazy that she can really throw in all these different prints and somehow it's still cohesive. And and the thing is, you can always tell this is Erin.
Because
you know?
it's the fit of her clothing. She has her own cut. I guess you could say like her own way of cutting things like that make them cohesive. Like this isn't a tight dress out of nowhere. It's a flowy dress. Like the same way all of her pieces are wide and flowy. Like that's an Erin piece. Even though the fabric is a little more toned down than maybe the lady with the yellow hands or the, you know, not this big sequence, but it's still like an Erin piece. Like you know that silhouette.
Kind of exaggerated and yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, so Roberi is next, and he's in New York, and we kind of find a personal connection with him. He's from Venezuela in Caracas, and he basically won't go back there. So we see him video chat with his family.
Yeah, there's a lot going on there. Like God bless the people of Venezuela right now because it's really bad. Like, food is like, it's just really bad there.
There's actually a designer that was on my season, and she is there right now. She's trying to leave and get her son out of the country and come to the United States, and it's like riots over there, and you know,
it's bad. Yeah, they're fighting for food. They're fighting to survive. You know.
Yeah, and that's. I mean, we're having like creative people that could come out, you know, of this country, and it's like so hard for them to get here and be safe.
Yeah,
you know?
He said he's been robbed. His business was robbed 3 times, and he took that as inspiration to get on the right path. Like maybe I'm on the wrong path. Like this is a sign for me to follow my dreams.
Yeah.
So he shut down shop, got his work visa, and went to work. And he ended up on Project Runway.
Yeah, and so now he's staying in New York.
What a story!
Working on a collection for Fashion Week.
Right.
So I really like Roberi. I was a little bit disappointed with what he was showing to me because I feel like Roberi has this very artistic, kind of painterly and organic way of creating clothing that's very elegant and interesting. And I felt like he was dialing it back way too much.
Way too much. I was so confused. Like, I was expecting to see, like, some extravagant, like, he's been bringing it with the avant-garde.
Yeah.
And then he just came with these kind of subtle pieces, and I'm just like, all right, where's the Roberi?
Right, like this is
We
just
got
a
to
jacket,
know.
this is just a
Right.
dress. And he's kind of trying to justify this to Tim, and I was like, but I've seen amazing things come from you, and you don't have to do avant-garde. You can do wearable, but a lot of the techniques, you know, and the looks that he's used, I think you can turn that into something wearable. That's a lot more interesting. I mean,
like he had a jacket come down the runway today that was awesome. Did you see, like, I can't even describe it, but it was cool. It was a cool pattern. It was like a greenish kind of color with a print textile right here.
Yeah, we'll talk about all the
was
looks
so
next,
dope.
but
But overall, I was like,
Yeah.
I liked his choice of using the iridescent fabric. I liked it, but I'm just lost.
yeah, I was hoping for more.
I was let down a little bit,
Yeah.
but it's not over yet.
Yeah.
So we'll get to see what else he adds, you know,
Yeah.
maybe. But you know what I will say? When Tim came to give his critique, Roberi was pretty much like, okay, Tim, thanks for your opinion, but I am who I am. This is my aesthetic. I'm not going to change who I am. I'm going to stick to who and I was proud of him for that, because you saw Rick kind of get flushed when
Right.
Tim was like, oh, this is all wrong. Rick's like,
I know.
All
what
wrong?
should I do? Yeah.
what do I do? Do I follow, you know, my vision, or do I listen to Tim, who doesn't sew and doesn't design?
But at the same time, you're a designer working on your, you know, collection for this many weeks in your own box. It's good to have an outside opinion.
Yes.
Because the judges are going to be an outside opinion. So, I mean, I think he did change some of it, because I didn't see that iridescent stuff on his rack when Tim came to his house, but we did see it come
Right.
out on the runway.
Wait, so the iridescent was Rick?
No, it was Roberi.
Yeah, it was Roberi.
Yeah,
Right. No, I was thinking about Rick for a second. Got
So,
confused.
and his inspiration is kind of just a girl going different places.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, that's
But she's not dressed up. We
it's
wanted
not
to
a-
dress up.
It's not a strong concept.
Where is she going? Like, it looks like she's going to the market. Like, we wanted to see her go to the ball.
Yeah.
We want to see her go to, like, meet the president. I do not want to see her go to the grocery store.
Yeah.
Like, Roberi, you're Roberi.
Yeah.
Like, bring it.
Right.
Please.
And like
Don't
the
let
knot,
us down.
the knot technique, or you know, we saw kind of the metal, and we kind of always see this organic look, and I'm just like, these are just jackets, and I was really kind of rooting for Roberi to get to Fashion Week, because I wanted to see what he could do, and I'm like, no, now you need to step it up.
Right. He was getting that push.
Right.
But I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm losing hope for him. It's looking like it's Erin's game at this point.
I think so too.
Yeah.
And I think she was strong from the beginning. I think she's just in a different box than everybody else. You know, it's not traditional. So basically, after Tim visits with all the designers, he says we're gonna do a 3-look preview for the judges. Basically, we're not going to judge. We're just going. There's not going to
Critique.
be. Yeah, it's a
She's
critique.
gonna rip you to shreds.
Yeah, to help you out so you can have a better collection.
Right.
And you know, there's no winner, no loser. But I think this is really good, because again, you get this outside perspective, and it's kind of hard to base that off of 3 looks, so you have to choose really wisely.
Right.
But I think it's really beneficial to hear, even if you don't go
Yeah.
ahead and follow it. It gives you something to bounce off of, because you've been bouncing this off of your own brain for
Do you
so
think
long.
they hold it against you if they tell you to change your look and you don't?
I think it depends on what you do. I think if you pull it together in some other way, then no, I don't think so. I think if you failed because you didn't take that,
It's like 10 times worse.
then they're like, well, we were trying to help you.
Right.
And you didn't, you know, do anything to make this better.
Right.
So, I mean, they do ask people, you know, in the finale that watch the fashion show, it's open to, like, all kinds of people. They do ask people who they like, but the judges are ultimately the ones that are going to decide. So, you know, if they're saying this doesn't look cohesive, maybe you should take a second look at this, then you should probably do it if you want to win.
Take a second look. Right.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So we actually have Heidi, who isn't with us in person today. She's
Right.
over video chat.
Right.
And so Michael Kors comes in, which I was excited
Exciting.
about.
Yes, very exciting.
But he wasn't as snarky as I was hoping, because I
was so happy that he wasn't snarky, because the other judges let you have it. So I think there needed to be a good balance.
I miss the snarky Michael Kors.
do?
Yeah, I do. But I think he does have a more straightforward perspective, so I like that.
It's
So
life goals, at least to get read by Michael Kors at least once in your life.
I know, that would be awesome. So let's take a look at our looks from the runway.
Yes. My favorite part.
So first we have Erin, and her first look is kind of a neoprene dress, and she's got these plexiglass sequins all over it.
I lost my mind.
Yeah.
I lost my mind the minute I saw this dress. The cut is so unique. I love the shoulder peeking out, and I love the sleeve.
Yeah.
And the sequins were so cute and just placed in the right place and sparkly and just different. And I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it.
What I like about her clothes are, like, most of them I would never wear because I am not that bubbly. But I really, like, enjoy looking at them, and I feel like they're wearable, but yet they're so whimsical.
It's art.
Yeah.
It's art. But then she balances it out. Like, okay, I'm going to give you this edgy piece, but then I'm going to give you this pretty dress that translates into everyday life.
Right. And let's look at
Completely wearable.
Her second pretty dress.
Right.
This from afar is just a pretty dress, but she's kind of got this crazy print with like cupids and fish, and they're all supposed to represent her friends.
Right.
And I think that kind of quirkiness is when you take the second look at what the print actually is.
Right. Exactly.
But the silhouette itself is just, it's a nice
so beautiful.
little...
And is there some sort of detail going on, like a draping, kind of like pocketed drape on the side of the dress?
I'm not sure. It was so flowy. It's just kind of all over the place. But she did make a clutch.
If it is what I'm seeing, I love it. And then there was like a glitter clutch, right?
Right. And she wrote clutch on the front of it.
Cute.
I think she should have kept the pom-pom, because I think the crazier the better for her, especially with a kind of boring-ish dress like this. It needs a little of the Erin flair.
I love that movement, though. You just feel like a goddess in a dress like that. It's just trailing behind you. It's catching wind. I just love it.
And it could be casual or dressed up, too. Let's take a look at Erin's third look. So she's kind of got an orange pencil skirt with these big, huge, sparkly buttons, and she's got a sweater with these huge sleeves. They look kind of furry, but she's actually hand-woven like yarn.
Right, she was like
something.
woven. Remember?
Right, it's woven. It's not knit.
Like, no, it's not knit. It's woven. I was like, okay, get them together, girl.
I love this look, especially the top. And the judges weren't like digging it, but I don't know why.
You know what? I like the look, and it's giving me like an edgy high fashion thing. I like the skirt. It's something about it that's giving me like a weird 90s vibe. I think it's the skirt and the color and the length of it and these
With
buttons down the front.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it. It's different, and it's definitely Erin.
Yeah, I just love the top's my favorite part.
Yeah.
I think like when she plays with these weird proportions and weird volumes of things, I just love that.
She kind of loses me with balance
Right.
when she does the really big top and then the tight kind of neat. Like she did it before with the flowers.
The bottle top, yeah, and then just the skirt was just too short.
Yeah, it
wasn't...
was short. It's like her sense of balance is a little off to me.
I agree with that.
And that's why, if for any reason, that's why I don't like this look.
Right.
Or why it's my least favorite look, because it's not balanced.
I wish the skirt was just a different shape, maybe, because I like the orange with the top, black and white top.
I would have taken a shorter skirt.
Or shorts.
Yeah, or shorts, right.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that. Sometimes she just needs a little tweaking. I think she probably just made a bunch of looks and then put them together last minute.
Right.
Yeah.
She
So
styled
she
it
wasn't
out.
thinking about that.
Right. But the top is a statement piece for sure. Even the skirt is a statement piece.
Yeah, I think so too. Okay, so let's move on to our next look. So next we have Laurance. Her first look is basically like this little lederhosen jumper. It's army green and it has these leather straps. I don't know. I like the cut of the jumpsuit, but the straps and the fact that it's cut so straight across in the front is very weird to me, and it seems very basic.
Okay. I like the colors. They're very calming, soothing. And I like the idea of the jumper. I like the straps on top.
Yeah.
It loses a little shape, but to me, this was the perfect opportunity for her to take her leather and go berserk on the front of this jumper.
Right.
Like, she could have given us so much drama. You know, even like,
Pockets or zippers
like
or
pockets
some
or some sort of,
details,
maybe some sort of like belt or something to show the leather work. The straps look good, but it's just she loses me. I want her to go further with her design.
Yeah, and we've seen such detailed like jumpsuits from her, pants,
like these
jackets.
pants, these white pants fit really good. The jacket fits really good, but I feel like I've seen.
I feel like it's too basic for her. Yeah, like I feel like she's not really living. It's too tame.
Yeah, it's too tame.
So her second look is this kind of embroidered brocade just jacket with these white pants, and the pants are just kind of nothing, and they're low-waisted, and it looks kind of weird to me with the jacket. I know Nina mentioned like the belly's showing, and I agree with that. She should have put just like a slouchy tee underneath or something and have the jacket open. It would have looked a lot more Laurance to me.
Or if she would have, instead of using embroidered flowers, if she would have made flowers out of leather.
Yes.
And then stitched them on the jacket. Like, that's the standout piece I'm looking for from her. I think she's missing the artsy side. Like, I think she has the technical side down of getting things to fit. She can get you snatched and neat, but she's missing an artistic flair.
Yeah, and I feel like
stick with that.
For having so much time, I've seen way better stuff from her come out in a day. I mean, even pants, like she's had pants before that had, you know, a stripe down the side or pockets or a drop crotch or whatever. This is, like, anyone could make this pants and jacket, you know.
She should have put some leather pants on.
Oh, that would be
leather
great.
Pants with this embroidered jacket.
Then I would love that.
Exactly.
Even if they were kind of that brown hue of the first, the straps on the jumpsuit, that would have been amazing.
Because it would have made the jacket stand out so much more. It would have brought attention to how well she works with leather, because I know the pants would have fit, like, amazing.
Yeah, and it would have been more edgy.
Yeah. Come on. I
love that idea. Okay, and then our third look from Laurance. I like this is probably the most Laurance looking look, even though it's a little basic too, but the shirt is really beautiful. It's kind of encrusted with these pearls that she's hand sewn on with an open back, but it kind of has that slouchy kind of cool girl feeling to it with these Bermuda shorts.
You got to be like super slim to pull that top off.
Sure, yeah, but it looks so good, and I think it's fashion, and I think she should base a little more. I mean, could you imagine like pants encrusted with these pearls, or like a leather jacket encrusted with these pearls?
I absolutely can.
I think she needs to kind of add some of that to the rest of her pieces. Even the, you know, the flowery jacket, she could add some of that too. She needs to, like, pump up the drama for me.
Definitely.
But I think she would have the potential to win if she did that, because her stuff is very refined.
Even going back to this, like, this top with these studs and these, if she would have taken some white leather and added some sort of detail to the pant, even if it was a flower again, to tie in, like, to the flower embroidery, like, she just, it needed to go a step further. But I do like the balance. I love the top. I love studs. I love everything about studs and pearls. So she won me over with that. And I like the length of the pant. It looks really cute. Or what is that?
It's kind of like it's like a knee-length short. Yeah.
A short, like a, what do we call those? Gaucho? What do they call those? I don't
like
know.
A walking short, kind of.
I guess.
I mean, and I love that she put this white, it's like a blazing white outfit on this black model. It looks so gorgeous.
It pops on her skin tone.
It's amazing. And then she's kind of got it with these pumps. And
I like the beige pump, too.
Yeah, and I get this total Laurance vibe from this piece. I think she needs to kind of, you know, engage her other pieces in some of the techniques she's used here. So last but not least, we have Roberi.
And
I love this look. It's kind of a very involved top with stripes and beige and black and white, and then the skirt is kind of just this pleated fairy organza, which sounds really like it's a juxtaposition, and it is, but it works for me somehow. It's like serious on top and playful on the bottom.
I like it. I'm losing her silhouette here. Like, I'm losing her waist. And I don't know if it's because the bottom of the shirt is white and not black that it's making her look wider across her midriff. But I want to... It just loses its shape a little bit. I love the skirt, though. I think it's really fun. And I love the top. But I think this was the beginning of me being like, uh-oh, like, what are we about to see?
I think this was my favorite piece out of the three from him. And then it kind of went downhill from there. And I just absolutely hate the tennis shoes.
Yeah, like,
tennis shoes.
She's falling flat.
And
like,
she's looking
frumpy.
It makes her look really short, where the dress is cutting, and then you have the tennis shoes. it's not something I would.
It's not giving a
ever.
feminine. Like, she does look like she's traveled. She has on flats. She doesn't want her feet to hurt. It's like she just walked 10 blocks. Like, that's not the traveling woman again that I was hoping for
Right.
from Roberi's collection. Like, she looks like she's dressed comfortably because she has somewhere to go, not
Right.
like she's trying to break fashion.
The tennis shoes just kind of make it feel like a little girl's dress to me, you know? Like,
Yeah, it just doesn't. It takes away from her figure. Her silhouette is
Yeah.
like muted all throughout this outfit.
yeah. I mean, even if she was gonna do flats, I would do kind of like an open top, so it
Oh,
kind
I
of
would
gives
do
her
like a platform sneaker
Oh, I
or
would have
something
too, but if you
funky.
wanted to go flats, I'd go with an open top shoe, so you could kind of lengthen her leg just a little bit. Yeah, it's just
Yeah, she
I don't
looks
get
stumpy.
the shoes,
Yeah, she doesn't have a figure in this.
but I think that the idea is really cool, and
It's super cool.
Yeah.
The skirt should have been shorter. It would have eliminated the whole problem.
I agree.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
then she would have been able to, and she could have even put on a cute little sock or something if
Oh,
the
yeah.
skirt was shorter to kind of bring out that like fun, playful look.
I think even if he styled some of his girls a little more interesting, it
Yeah.
would make it feel more dramatic. Because I feel like the idea is very cool.
Yeah.
But it's just like they're just like, hi, I just got dressed like 5 seconds ago. You know,
Right.
like I would just be like, yeah, I'm going out and I have a cute dress, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna do my hair or anything.
Yeah.
So then the next look we have is kind of using this organza, again, this purple organza as a skirt, but it's kind of like a garbage bag skirt with a belt around it, and it's kind of got like just a vest and a top, and I wasn't interested in that at all.
No.
And the skirt is like literally a square that you.
I would have
sew
preferred
together.
to see pants out of that material.
That would be really
That would have been
interesting.
funky with the same kind of top, the same, waistline with the tie-up seam, but a funky pair of pants.
Yeah, I agree.
Even like the cut of the pants beside them, like a harem kind of baggy pant.
Yeah, I think that would have been cool. I mean, I
Yeah.
like this skirt as is, but I think on top it would have to have something exciting.
I just don't know where she's going.
Right, where is she going? I don't know.
Yeah, is she going to work?
Fairy godmother.
Right.
School.
I'm so let down. I'm like, I'm about to catch an attitude right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I'm so let down. Like, he really did it for me, and now he's just like falling flat.
I feel like he's just lost a little bit. Yeah. But I like the length of the skirt better on this one.
I wonder if it's, I don't know. I'm wondering if it's like him following what he sees on the street in New York. That's what I feel like he's being inspired by, the people that walk around on a daily basis. And when he isn't being pushed to be avant-garde, maybe
Right.
his normal style falls flat.
I question that with some of the other designers too. Like, when they don't have a specific challenge with a specific inspiration, they go home and they're like, oh, because his inspiration
Mm-hmm.
wasn't clear to me. It was like, oh, some girl that travels or something. That's not specific enough of a
Yeah.
concept to be like, yes, I'm getting all these ideas. I'm excited.
And to me, that's what
you
makes
know?
Erin such a great designer.
Yeah.
Like, I think that she, out of everybody, she knows who she is the most.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and so
Yeah.
that's what makes her strong. Like, she sticks to the same aesthetic. Like, if you give her a challenge or not, she's going to give you Erin.
Right.
If this is Roberi, then he's more so an artist, a sculptor, than a designer.
Well, Erin, if you saw Erin's design being worn on someone on the street, you would know immediately that it's
Yeah,
Erin.
exactly.
I would never know that this is Roberi.
Yeah,
ever.
he completely switched his aesthetic up.
Yeah.
Completely.
Yeah, let's take a look at his last look. It's just kind of like
I love this jacket.
a pants and a jacket and
This
a
is the
top.
jacket I was trying to refer to earlier.
Okay.
It's just too it's just too everyday. He's
Yeah.
trying to give us like wearable clothing.
Right.
And he's losing his artistic edge too.
But I
that
think
jacket
you could
is
make
fierce.
wearable clothing that is interesting.
He's
it
just-
doesn't have to be this, you know?
Maybe he's not stylish. Like, maybe he's a
I don't
sculptor.
know.
Like, maybe he's like a painter.
But then he needs to sculpt and paint ready to wear clothing. You know what I mean? Like, I think there's other... He obviously knows other techniques. He could have taken that knotting technique and put it down the back of a jacket. Or, you know, anything.
Can we get a close-up of the back of this jacket? No? Zoomed in? Good. That's cool.
It is
Look at
cool.
the texture. It's complete streetwear. Like, I would throw that on with just a cool boot and a cute V-neck or a tank top and be killing the game.
Right.
That's an awesome jacket.
But I think when you put all of his pieces together,
Yeah, but
it's
those pants
too
lost me.
boring.
Yeah, it's boring.
Yeah.
I'm
I
so
was-
disappointed.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed. I hope he pulls it together because I really want to root for him.
Right.
And then we do have Rick is last.
I'm
but
here
not
for
least.
Rick.
So yeah, here we see his awesome
I'm here
glasses.
front row for
The
Rick.
glasses make the look, really.
Yeah.
I mean, this is crazy.
I love this whole funky, like,
Yeah.
out of the box. You've never seen this. I love it.
So he's kind of got a black and white print that he developed. And he kind of mentioned also, maybe I should have lost the leggings and just done the top skirt and the boots and the glasses. I think he's right, because I think he does need to show that leg, and he's got plenty of other stuff going on.
But
He's got
if
a leather
the pants
skirt,
weren't
too.
there, wouldn't it have been just, like, regular?
No, I think it would have been like a lot more like reined in and polished, you know, but still funky. He could have added a chunky bracelet, like a red, you know, something to go back to the glasses. But I think it, like, the total head to toe print is just like too much.
I'm so too much. I'm so gaudy. Like, my friends have to, like, take 2 pieces. Like, I'm over the top. So everything about this, I'm living for. I would have loved to see it without the skirt. I want to just see the bodysuit.
Oh, well, that would be cool too.
Yeah.
I just think it has to kind of be one or the other, you know. But
Totally,
this was
totally here for the shades.
totally my favorite look.
Totally. And I love the chain hanging down, too.
Oh, yeah.
That's such a cute detail.
Oh yeah. So his second look is kind of this dress we talked about earlier, where it's the 2 arrows meeting, turning into a bow, and it's all red and black and blue leather.
Loved it.
I think this is pretty cool, and it's a good example of you can, you know, make something simple that's still really interesting and looks expensive. I mean, the points on that bow being sewn into the red and blue, I mean, that's like impossible.
It was cute.
So I think that's a really good piece.
It fit her body really well. Yeah, it was nice.
And then the last look from him, I didn't really care for at all. It was this denim look with all of this kind of paisley embroidery and a really low crotch, but it doesn't look like a drop crotch jumpsuit, and it's just really oversized baggy. It's a lot of print, makes her look really big.
I would have preferred if this was just a dress and not a jumper. But I loved it. I love everything that's going on. I love denim meeting street art. That's like one of my favorite things. So to see this like embroidered pattern on this denim and all of this stuff going on, again, I loved it. I'm not quite sure how it's going to tie in. Like, when you put this next to the black and white bodysuit and the leather skirt, it's kind of like
It's a
not the
different
same collection.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the same collection.
I just wish it would.
So-
It's just a lot of print that's really busy on massive fields of fabric. She's got like these huge pants, totally covered top and sleeves. I
I
feel
like the top.
but he could have made these short, tiny shorts on the bottom to balance it out, or he could have opened it up on the neck, or like short sleeves, or he could have done like a cuter jumper out of this. You know,
He could have. That's very true.
I'm just very.
It could have been very
confused.
pencil-y at the bottom.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just confused by this silhouette.
I just want to wear it. Maybe that's why I like it so much, because I just want to wear it. It's so cute to me. I love it. But it's kind of left field. We'll have to see how he ties it in.
Yeah, I
Let's
think
see if
the
he
other
makes
ones,
sense of it.
you know, the other looks were kind of more like black and white and
Yeah.
primary colors and stuff. So,
But
yeah,
we
I
still
feel like it's
haven't
hard.
seen the other optical illusion jackets. And we
Right.
don't know if he still has more to embroider on this. Like, maybe he'll tie it in art-wise, like with the detail.
I hope so.
Maybe it'll tie into other pieces.
He has a lot of
detail-wise.
work cut out for
Yeah,
him.
he does.
So, I mean, let's do predictions. I mean, obviously, I think Aaron's going to win.
Yeah, I think we're on the same page.
AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Yes. I think Aaron's going to win.
Yeah.
I'm team Aaron. I think Rick and Aaron are going to be going neck and neck. I'm very proud of Laurance, but
I think Laurance could still she still has a chance to fix it, but I don't think she's going to beat Aaron.
they're all winners.
Oh, yeah, totally. Totally.
I would love to be in any one of their shoes, but
Yeah.
I think Aaron's taking this one home.
I just saw Erin from the very first couple of episodes, just what she did and her approach to it, and I think she's pretty much just a shoo-in. You know, it's something we haven't seen before.
We'll see
on
though. I want to
Project
see
Runway.
what Rick comes with though, because they have that edge. Like, they both have that very hip edge, and it could go to either one of them, I think. But Erin she's the most solid designer.
Yeah.
She knows who she is. She's consistent.
I think she's kind of coming out of left field too, compared to everybody else. She's just so unconventional. with her fabrics, with her thought process, her silhouettes, her color stories.
Everything, her detail and
So
everything.
I think that's the freshest perspective, honestly, from her.
I know.
But I'm really excited to see everybody's collections come totally together because I've seen a lot of Project Runways before, and I've seen a lot of the, part 1 of the finale where people completely turn it around and surprise you, and it's always something you didn't expect. You've seen, what's on their rail, but you haven't seen it all come together, walking in order, with all the styling and everything, with their extra edits on top of it. So, and people have made entire garments in the couple of days, they get between. So I'm really excited to see everybody else's.
We shall see. We shall see.
So tweet us, you guys. Let us know who
Yes.
your pick for the winner is.
Yes.
I am at Uberest on Instagram and Twitter.
And I'm at Carmen Cameron on Instagram, and you can find me on Facebook, Carmen Cameron.
And please join us next week for part 2 of the finale.
Yes, so you get
Super
to find
excited.
out. I know. We'll be on pins and needles until then.
We'll see you guys later.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.